Hello everybody! Just yesterday I went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach for the first time in a year and I had an absolute blast at Blackpool. I had a great day and one of the attractions that I managed to ride whilst I was there was Enzo. I even bought some merch for it, I liked it that much. Spoilers. And yeah, for those who don't know, Enzo is basically like Icon, but the back row on one of the trains has some spinning seats. That's it basically. And although that may seem like a small thing on paper, oh boy, it completely changes the ride experience and I loved it so much. Yeah, so let's get into this review as I promised that I'd make in like my Icon review. Yeah, I think I promised it there, but yeah, I'm giving it to you now, whatever. Yeah, so Enzo is an upcharge attraction. I'm not the biggest fan of that. It's £15, which I will be honest, is a bit expensive. Seeing as you're paying roughly, what is it, around 30 quid? If you book a long time in advance, and £37 or whatever if you book like within a week of going to Blackpool. Yeah, it's quite pricey, but it is a unique experience for the country, so if you're a roller coaster enthusiast, I highly recommend paying that amount of money at least once just to give it a try. And so yeah, let's get into this ride experience. So Enzo actually has a different entrance. You actually have to enter where the Speedy Pass is for Icon, which is basically near the Big Dipper, which, you know, isn't too hard to find. If you have a look on a park map, you can find it. It's relatively easy to find. It would have been nice to see a bit more signage, to be honest, like maybe like a big sign, but then again that would detract from Big Dipper's kind of area and atmosphere, so I understand why they haven't done that. You walk through the normal Speedy Pass entrance into Icon and you then get into the station. You have to book it online as well for Enzo, so you have to scan a QR code whilst you're in the park, book it, and you can either book for a VIP pass or just a normal pass. The VIP pass is 25 quid and that allows you to get on Enzo literally straight away without having to wait. I don't know, it's like, well, I had to wait 90 minutes in a virtual queue, which for those who have been fans of the channel for a long time, I'm not a huge fan of. I really dislike virtual queues. But yeah, so you have to do that. It kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. Is it worth paying 10 quid extra to get on it straight away? I mean, if it's towards the end of the day, I guess, but if not, don't really bother. So once you get on Enzo, which will be one out of 3 trains that Icon has, because only one train has the spinning seats, which I think is fine. They don't really need any more. I mean, when they're charging £15 for it, you're not going to expect many people to go on it. I think for the entire time I was there riding Icon, I think I got on it 4 other times apart from Enzo. Yeah, there was barely anybody on it, so I don't think it's been as successful with those prices. But yeah, when you come to ride it, you put your baggage in the normal area before getting on the train itself. It's really cool in the sense because you have so much space in front of you, because naturally it's taken literally the final car, but the front 2 seats of that final car are gone, so you just have like a massive platform. I kind of felt like a king on a throne, I'll be honest, just at the back of the train with everyone looking at me because I paid 15 quid to go on Enzo. But yeah, that's how it felt like, at least for me. You then depart out of the station and this is where the experience begins, really. You have the classic build-up of music, which I really love. So cool. And you then launch, sadly no mist anymore. And yeah, I can imagine Enzo will be different for everyone. You'll never have 2 of the same rides on Enzo. And even though I only rode it once, I can kind of gauge that, you know. I saw one person spinning a lot more than me, and 2 people, because there's 2 seats on the back row, not spinning at all. So if you want the best experience, from what I've seen, even if you're in a pair, just go one each, one person in one seat, the other person waiting, and then when Enzo comes around again, do it, because you'll probably get more spin. And I spun a lot on Enzo. Wow, I had such a great experience, because it's weird, because I went into the launch straight on, the train starts to move, rotate, I'm going up the launch sideways. That's such a weird feeling, it's so cool. And then you then pop up into that airtime hill. I start to spin a little bit more. I mean, the first half I didn't really spin that much, but it was really in the second half where I was going nuts. You know the final bit where Icon kind of like twists towards the end of the brake run? I was just doing this. Okay, that's gonna look weird on camera, but whatever, I'm here now. It was amazing, and the forces you experience on Enzo are just, it's like Icon, but just the forces made even better. I don't know why, the airtime felt even more out of control because you were in a completely different direction each time. Backwards airtime is so cool. That's so cool. I just can't say, I can't explain it. It's so cool. It was such a unique experience, and I really wish I could have done it again, but it's expensive, as I've stated many times, so most likely won't be riding it for a long time. And yeah, in terms of whether it's better than actual Icon or not, yeah, it is better, which I really wasn't expecting. It's still got the normal Icon rattle at the back row, but it doesn't detract too much from your experience, at least in my opinion. I mean, Icon's always had that rattle in the back row. If you don't want the rattle, just go towards the front, you don't get anything basically. And yeah, it just makes me wonder, how good must Time Traveller and the Ride to Happiness be? Because of course those are like proper spinning trains. Blimey, I want to ride them so much now after experiencing Enzo. But yeah, I hope the review's been useful. If you could consider liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. Goodbye.